Hello and welcome to today's collective reading. Yeah, I decided to do another collective. For once, I kind of really enjoy doing them, and they're often not as long as my pick a cards. But also, I felt really called to do one today, and yeah, I still notice the purging going on in the collective within myself, and it's kind of like dragging me down right now. But it is okay. I mean, it is something that is going on in the collective. We just had the 555 portal a couple of days ago, May 5th, 5-5, and then 2021, it's 221. Again, it's a 5. We are in the year of 5, so that has been a major portal. And yeah, I'm just kind of like, you know, one of the collective readings I called a loss to make room for something better. And as I said in that reading, that is kind of what I'm going through right now. I just lost 2 jobs this year that were my side jobs, meaning my safety net is completely gone now, or will be gone within the next couple of months. And my spiritual business is then my only job. I have to finance everything, finance rent, university. I mean, I am a student. I started studying quite late when I was 30, actually. That's when I started to go to university. So yeah, I knew it was time to let those jobs go, but it's still. I mean, when that safety net is taken, the ego, of course, is a bit worried. And then, of course, yeah, I went to the vet today with my cat, and the tumor is still there, and he got a different medication now. This time he got cortisone. I thought he already got that, but it wasn't. So I hope with the new medication that will work. And I'm kind of like, yeah, there's just a lot going on. Just nothing like really, really major, but more like several tiny things. Pressure to university. I still have a paper to write, and I think it's just emotional stress that actually shows itself with a weakened, how do you call it? Weakened body is the wrong word. Immune system. Like my hair's falling out. Not like completely. It's I still have my hair just more than usually, and it's just stress, things like that, and kind of like doubting my twin flame journey. I mean, I don't really. Again, it's just the battle between the higher self and the ego, and the higher self knows it is a true connection, but the ego is sometimes like, yeah, come on, you gave that guy your contact information last year in February and he never reached out, not once. So maybe it's just in your head. But then I get all the signs from the universe, and that is one of the reasons why I'm making this video right now, because just today I got signs again that were very special to me. If you have been following my channel, then you know that I connect hummingbirds to my twin's mom, who is on the other side, and she has been with me even 2 years before I even encountered my twin flame. And I went to a medium, and he was talking about that woman who was with me. And then I went to that medium two more times again with friends, because I told them about that medium, and that woman came through every time. And that was in 2016, and then again 2 more times in 2017. I encountered my twin flame actually in 2018, and then in 2019 I found out that this spirit who's with me is actually his mom. So she of course knew about this connection as soon as she passed. And one time I was asking spirit, okay, if I'm really talking to her, please show me hummingbirds, because the second time I ever met my twin flame, that was in California, I saw hummingbirds, and we don't have those in Germany. So that was what came to my mind. And so whenever now I see, so I was asking spirit, okay, if I was talking to her, show my hummingbirds. And then I saw hummingbirds everywhere, and just haven't seen any in a while. But since I'm kind of like doubting this. I'm not really, again, it's my higher self knows, it's just the ego. But just today I saw two hummingbirds. I went grocery shopping, and in the bus there was a guy who had a hummingbird on his um like on his back. And then later I was watching TV, and I never even watch commercials. I just turn off the sound and, I don't know, make myself chill or whatever. But I just felt drawn to look at the screen, and in that moment there was a commercial, beer commercial, and they showed a hummingbird right in that second. So I saw two hummingbirds today, and so I know that his mom, she is with me, telling me no, it is a real connection, and she is my guide, and she is one of my closest spirit guides actually. Um, so yeah, and as I said before, and I just see 555 on the timing on my phone, and 5 is the number of change. So we're going again through major change, and I was just talking about the 555 portal. So I guess that is what's happening. It's the major shift, and I'm feeling the energy, and it is connected to purging. Purging, of course, means that some oppressed stuff or is coming up that is leaving the energy bodies, and as doesn't feel good for nobody. And I just guess I'm picking up on this energy. And then, of course, I am a psychic, and I have clients every day. And so right now I'm confronted with people on the phone who are going through stuff as well, and there's purging, and that can be a bit draining when you have people who are like in really, I don't want to say dark. When I say dark energy, I don't mean like evil, but dark night of the soul energy, and that can be quite draining if you talk to people like these every day. And there's like one client in particular right now who's a very sweet lady, but really exhausting, who calls me at least like once, sometimes twice a day, and it's a bit draining. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to do this reading today is because I got the signs. For me particular, it's the hummingbirds, and it's not just that. Of course, I get signs of twin flame every day. Just today, I saw like 3 or 4 times TF, like twin flame, on license plates when I went to the vet with my cat. Um, so I do get signs like every day, every day, every day, but I haven't seen hummingbirds in a while. And I, of course, connect hummingbirds to my twin's mom, and still closely to that twin flame journey. So I wanted to see, yeah, what message does Spirit have? Is it a message of hope? Maybe we will get a message of more people getting signs and synchronicities, whatever is coming up. And we will start with the Mutant Tarot as well. It is my favorite. And look, just the beginning, we have here the Ace of Cups and the Fool. The Ace of Cups, of course, is talking... Oh, you see that one just didn't want to come out. The Ace of Cups is talking about love, and the Fool is talking about new beginnings. And to me, the Fool represents quite the opposite of the ego, because the ego is holding on to those negative things. It's the inner battle. It's not trusting divine timing. It is not trusting the plan. But you see the Fool, he's not trying to lead the horse. He's just observing the butterfly, his own transformation, and he's just trusting that he gets safely to the other side without trying to control anything. So to me, the Fool is the exact opposite of the Devil energy, which is amazing. Then we do have the Ace of Cups here. I just said it earlier. It's about love. It's also about an open heart chakra. And this one wanted to stay in. And I was talking about this card quite a lot in the last reading, because first I didn't really understand why it showed up, but then it did. And so I get a very special message. I'm not going to repeat the entire thing now. If you want to find out more, the reading is called something like When the Sun Meets a Star. And it was this card that actually inspired me for that title, with the special message I got here. But that just tells me that the message from the last reading, and again, you can check it out, is still lingering there. We're still in that phase. And I'm not surprised, because, like purging phases, they do take a while. It's usually nothing that happens within a couple of days. It can be weeks, months. And if you are new on the journey and you have a lot to purge, like severe trauma, it can be years. I'm not going to kid you, right? But what I'm seeing right now, what I'm feeling drawn to is the snake. It's the symbol of healing, shedding the old skin. That is what I'm getting right now. So we'll see what else, spirits, what messages we're going to get. And I just saw this one. It is a warning that if you are in some kind of anger mode, to snap out of it. Because if you're trying to fight, even if something that you're oppressing is coming up, don't try to fight it. It's what I keep telling my clients. Don't fight things that come up. If you feel upset and you have to cry, go to bed and cry. And if you have to cry for 3 straight days, then do that. Then take your time off and purge. It is so important to purge. And also, talking about myself again, it's, when you're connected to another person, you don't always know what's going on. I've had days where I was feeling good and then all of a sudden I just cried out of nowhere, and I was thinking of my twin in that moment. So of course what can also happen is that we pick up on energy of our person, and I think I do pick up a lot lately. Like yesterday I was in a Zoom meeting for the university and I was picking up on stuff that you should not pick up on when you are in a Zoom meeting, and you have to concentrate on these kind of energies. But again, the card, it's don't fight it. If something wants to come up, don't fight it. Don't make the mistake, and many spiritual people make when they think, oh, I'm spiritual now, means I always have to be happy, love and light. And it is just not true. If you oppress your stuff, it will stay in the subconscious and you will still manifest on default. So it is so important. And talking about manifesting, I'm talking about myself, not because I love talking about myself, I actually don't, but I am hoping that when I tell you what I'm going through, that you can relate and that you see that you're not alone going through stuff, and that even if you're somebody who is living the spiritual life for decades, basically, you could say, they still sometimes have their lows. And one thing that is kind of like tearing me down a bit, and I have to say, manifesting, like really, really manifesting, I really, really got into that maybe like half a year ago, maybe a bit longer, like last fall. Last summer I got really into Abraham Hicks, and then after that in the Neville Goddard teachings, and I'm just frustrated because of progress. Again, of course I'm trying to manifest my union. Most of the time I am in my energy, but I'm at peace with it not happening like fast, even though of course that is what I want, but other things as well, like my cat's health. I've been trying to manifest that, and I'm still optimistic. I mean, he's got a new medication now, and sometimes manifesting can take detours, like a tumor not just vanishing, but you get the right medication and then it can vanish. It's can be a different approach. You never know what the universe has in store. But also, like, other things, I mean, I'm trying to manifest more private clients, and that hasn't worked the way I wanted it to be. I tried to manifest losing some weight, and I'm feeling it is actually going the other direction right now, which of course I'm stressed. And if you're stressed and you produce more cortisol, and if you do produce that specific hormone, then of course you gain weight instead of losing it. So that is not good. So I'm frustrated because it's just I'm doing my work and I don't see any results. However, if you're going through the same stuff, manifesting, and I just said I got into manifesting last fall, but when I'm like really trying to do it daily, that's maybe like a month. That I'm like really, really, really doing it. like my cat's health and stuff, maybe like a month. So it's not been that long, and you have to persist. Manifesting stuff requires purging again, finding your limiting beliefs, healing them, purging them, and also knowing that manifestation, for some things it can go quick, yeah, but for others it may take a couple of months. And so it's important to actually persist. So I want to give you some hope. If you're going through the same stuff, do not give up. Do not give up. I am absolutely convinced that it will work. It just, reprogramming the subconscious mind. And reprogramming the subconscious mind, it can take a while, okay? So don't try to fight it. That is, again, the message. Oh, look, this one is nice. Sorry. Okay, there may be some third eye, throat chakra blockages right now. So maybe it is about communication, about being honest to yourself. That is going on in the collective. It can be about things you want to say and you don't get the chance to say it right now. So it is important to find a way to actually do say the things you want, even if you can't tell a specific person what you want to tell them. You can still write it down, for example. However, we do have this card, and it's, I believe, would be Judgment, number 20 in other decks. In this deck, it is called Rebirth. And rebirth comes after death. And it's a lovely card to get right now, because we see the king, the ghost of the king who died, and then he's running out of his cave, like, reborn and ready to take on life. And look, what I'm seeing for the first time is like the light. It's like awakened. It's something old has to die, an old phase, an old period, old belief systems, and then there will be a rebirth. So it's basically like the death card, but a step further, but still, of course, it implies death. Something has to die first, and then there can be an awakened new beginning, full of energy, full of life. And I'm also seeing the spirals in the stone here. I'm feeling like, and you see it's two, and they're connected. You see it in this line here, that they're actually connected. And I'm feeling like if you are on a counterpart situationship, that there's two people getting into their own center, and they're connected, but still they do have their own journey. They both have to get into their center. And I'm feeling that is what's going on right now. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay. So, as I said before, I'm not really doubting my twin flame connection, but ego kinda is right now. It's not a big thing. But you see, like this person wants to walk out of the picture, and the other person is still holding on to them. So I'm getting like you're not supposed to walk out. I mean, again, use discernment, okay? If this is something like you don't have any feelings for anymore, or there's just resentment and stuff like that, or this person has abused you in any way, yes, then you should walk out, right? Use discernment. But I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about people who are in some kind of divine connections, and your divine counterpart would never abuse you. What hurts in those situations, I have to repeat myself, is that you project something onto them, like you have a fear of abandonment, and so you project on your person, you need to be there to make me happy, and they don't fulfill your requirements, and that is what hurts. They don't fulfill your expectations, but they're not aggressive towards you. I mean, sometimes, of course, if the divine feminine is pulling too much and nagging, then of course they can like build up a wall and maybe like say something like push the other person away, figuratively speaking, hopefully not literally speaking, because again, physical violence is not okay. But I'm sensing here like you're not supposed to walk out. Something is still holding you back. And again, if this is not a toxic situation, then that something is kind of like spirits telling you, no, you need to stay. You can't just leave a high soul connection. And that is an issue. Issue is the wrong word, but yeah, I'm just using that word with one of my clients. I was talking about her earlier, and she's a sweet person, but what she's going through right now, and I bet many of you know it. Know that I know this phase, even though, yeah, I know this phase, is when you kind of like feel like giving up. I had that especially strong, of course, in my, that was the word, sorry, I'm a bit slow today. I'm kind of like missing words. Again, I'm like exhausted, physically drained. It's, catalyst twin. Okay, this is where I did the most purging when it came to fear of abandonment, rejection. And so I know this feeling when you're like, no, it hurts too much. It just hurts. I want out. I can't deal with it anymore. I cannot deal with the pain anymore. And this is not exactly where I am at right now. I'm not in pain. I don't know, maybe a bit resignated, but I'm not in pain when it comes to this connection. But I see in some of my clients that they are. And so maybe that is something that you are going through right now, that you are just like me, kind of like questioning this connection right now, and you're like, I just want out. I cannot take it anymore. And what I say to my clients then is, don't, because if you don't want to do your work, your shadow work, you just try to oppress everything because it hurts. First of all, you cannot get out of this connection easily, because you cannot really untie a soul bond. Not with the ego. The soul, of course, can do that anytime. But the ego, if you do that with the ego, maybe you will succeed, but usually it just comes back, it creeps back, and you still feel tied to that person. Sometimes you can get, not like a twin flame, like a true twin flame, you cannot just get out with your ego. But other soul connections, yes, you can. But what happens then is that you attract the next person and you still have the same lesson. So if you're not in your self-love, you can only attract somebody who rejects you. And so if that hurts, the rejection of that person right now hurts, and the person again has to reject you. They can only mirror to you what is inside you. And you just don't want to face that, and you try to get out, then you will attract the next person who will reject you again. And if you're not healing that issue with that person, then you will attract the next person that rejects you, and that will go on and on and on and on until you do your work. The universe can only mirror back to you what is inside you. There's no way out of it. And so if some of you are in this energy like, I just want to give up because it hurts, don't. Because pain is a strong indication that there is something not healed. Because otherwise, when the other person is not reaching out, maybe you're a bit like, why? I kind of miss this person. But you're not in pain. And if there's still pain, then there is something that needs to be healed, and you cannot run away from that. You may be able to run away from the person, but not from the issue, not from that lesson. And then you will get the same lesson in another meat suit. Next person, same lesson. So I would strongly advise you to not run away if that is what you're feeling right now. To what I said earlier, if you feel like you're in so much pain, let it out. Cry, and purge, and cry and purge, and cry and purge. Until you have to vomit. Then vomit. Go through that. It is so important to actually release that pain and not try to oppress it because you don't want to feel it. So vital. Let's see what else we got. 24 minutes. We're at the first stack. But okay, this one. Here again. It's funny. Um, I know what the message is. It's funny. I kind of got it from the last card, but I ignored it, and I'm going to actually show you. I was about to say it, but then I ignored it, and now I got it again. And it is something that I said in the last reading. So again, for more information, check out the last reading that was called like the sun, when the sun and the star meets. And I was talking about alchemy. And where's this card? I was talking about alchemy because I saw this card and it has a peacock on it, and I have once heard, and I have to actually research that to know if it's really true, but I once heard that peacocks eat like poisonous frogs, and that poison, they alchemize it and they turn that specific chemistry, I don't know how to say it, into the thing that actually turns their feathers colorful. And just when I put this card away, I noticed that she has those peacock feathers, and I was about to mention that, but then for some reason I didn't. And then this card came out and it has the peacock again, and I think they're the only cards that have peacocks. So it's not like those feathers on every card. At least I don't think there is any other card. And I had never really noticed those feathers before. Like, they never got my attention like they did today. But again, I ignored that message, and then it wanted to come up again with this peacock. So, yeah. So the peacock is eating poisonous creatures to turn that into the beautiful color they're known for, which is alchemizing. And we're supposed to alchemize as well. And again, that was in the title of the last reading. And alchemizing mean that if you go through some pain and you have some negative experiences, you actually take those experiences and you turn them into your strength. Meaning that if, for example, you have been, I don't know, growing up in an abusive childhood, and that traumatized you, but then you heal that, and then you can be a coach for other people who have experienced that. So you turn something that was really, really bad for you, you heal it, and you turn it into your strength, and for other people, but also for yourself, because turning it into strength for yourself could be like, yeah, I overcame that childhood, now nothing can break me. And you get a new confidence and you get new strength out of it. So that is alchemizing. You take something and turn it into something else. I believe in the old mythology it was like turning lead into gold. And here it is turning something that has been painful into something that will make you even stronger. So we do have alchemizing again. Last cards. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that. What's with this card? First thing I was drawn to was this symbol, the snakes. Okay. So this is Odysseus, who is planning on conquering Troy, and you know the Trojan horse. So he's coming up with that idea, but that's not what I'm getting right now. What I'm getting, usually I'm take this card as overthinking or making plans, but what I'm getting is actually Hermes. This god is Hermes, and he is the how do you say, the messenger of the gods. It's the messenger. And it's weird, I never got this with this card that strong before. But I was saying in the beginning that I did get messages from my twin flame's mom about this connection by seeing hummingbirds. And I'm feeling like you are getting messages, maybe with these snakes directly from your twin flame, or from spirit connected to your or high soul connection, twin flame or high soul connection. And it could be in any form. It could be like signs and symbols. It could be also, of course, in dreams and also in meditation. But you are getting messages. That is what I'm getting. And they have to do with the ship I see as some kind of travel. And travel not necessarily like physical travel. I mean, it could be, of course, related to physical travel. What I got more is it being related to going on your way to developing, or your person maybe your person is on their way to you. By that I don't mean like literally that they just got into your car or a plane to knock on your door tomorrow, but they are, I mean, it's called a twin flame journey, right? It's a journey. And so I get that with the ship, you get messages that your person is on their journey as well. That is basically what I wanted to say. And again, those messages could be in any form. They are very individual. So let's just end that with this card. We do have the Two of Cups here, which is nice. I like the Two of Cups. Yeah, okay. I don't have OCD. I am a Virgo, and I am a very chaotic Virgo. But there's like one thing. The cards on top for me always have to be beautiful. Doesn't matter which card it is, but it always has to be a positive card, because when I open the deck, it is very important. Like here I got the same deck for work. You see they're very dented, and it's the same card that is on top. So when I look at my cards, I always need to see a positive card. So I just was looking for any positive cards to be on top, to put them in here. And so I took the next best ones, and we do have the Ace of Swords, which is talking about epiphanies, basically knowledge, gaining knowledge. So I'm getting like that there's still some awakening going on. And then we do have the Two of Cups here, and it's a beautiful deck, because you see they both only have one wing and they can only fly together. I mean, is that a twin flame card or what? You can only fly together, and you see the ray of light coming down, awakening. You see pink and green, which are the colors of the heart chakra. So there is some kind of awakening going on when it comes to this connection. Let's go to the Psychic Tarot. Look, we got Destiny on top. So Destiny, it's like the Wheel of Fortune, which also means breaking cycles. It is breaking old patterns, and that is what's happening right now, and hence the purging. Look, we got spiritual strength. So we got spirits, like my twin flames mom for me. But other teams, I mean, we do have an entire team of people there. But spirit has our back, and we are absolutely protected. Doesn't matter what we're going through. And then you do see it's all green. So again, green is a color of feeling. I'm just feeling drawn to this circle, and it's like a protective circle. So spirit absolutely has our backs. So thank you guys up there. We love you. Fertility. This would be the Empress. And again, you see the heart chakra healing, and you see all of those twigs coming out of your head. It's like something is growing, and it's fertile. It's abundant. But also I get like center yourself, connect to your own divine feminine energy. Doesn't matter if you're a masculine or feminine. Connect to your own emotions. Don't fight them. That is basically the message. Don't fight them, because it is growing. It is a number 3, and 3 is the number of growth. Oh, I'm dizzy right now. Okay, the waiting game. And I was just talking about the leaves, the twigs, and we do have those here again. There is something growing. And again, I'm feeling like we had with the Destiny, there is old patterns, but it is worth waiting for. So if you are in this energy, like, you know, the woman wanting to walk out of the picture, don't. It is absolutely worth waiting for it. What else? I don't want to get too many cards with this deck. Okay. All of them. Okay. Yeah. Oh man. Look, we got the Tower disruption. I mean, that does fit the energy right now, doesn't it? Disruption, the Tower indicates something old and negative breaking away. And yes, it does hurt, but the Tower is the purging card, basically. It is purging. It is something that is no longer constructive, is taken away. And then we have truth. And we had truth, not exactly truth, but it is, again, judgment. Remember the card with the ghost in the back and then the child, the reborn child coming out? It's basically the same card in this deck. It's number 20. So there is, awakening is like the purging of wrong or false beliefs, of patterns and societal beliefs that are no longer valid, maybe never have been valid. It is about finding the truth, and that could be also like the truth about how much control we have. We manifest with the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra can talk about creativity, about childhood issues, especially years 7 to 14. Sexuality, sexual issues. Maybe there has been some sexual trauma. But what I'm getting most is with the truth, realizing that we can manifest, that we do have control, that we're not victims of the universe. I have several clients, I just had one today who's like, thinks she's getting punished because she's not with a person. But it's not punishment. There's this very famous quote saying that God doesn't gamble. He doesn't roll the dice, It's not like you get it and you don't. We do that. We manifest. We start manifesting even before we came down here by choosing our parents, by choosing basically setting up some things that we want to experience, and then we do manifest. And I'm feeling that is what is happening in this collective. Realizing the truth that we are creators and not victims. So I'm going to another deck. I'm kind of dizzy right now. There's energies going on. So the Zodiac Oracle. We got Cancer on top. Cancer is connected to emotions. I'm not taking this deck because I'm saying, oh, this is only for specific signs, or oh, your person must be that and that sign. I want to see maybe what is happening in the collective energies. What's going on? Saturn. Okay, Saturn is a card that is talking about, of course, overcoming obstacles. Can be connected to karmic cycles. We have those again. And Saturn also is what most people forget. It's the planet of serious commitments. Saturn wants commitment, and he wants long-lasting commitment. Saturn is not like F-boy energy at all. Saturn is wanting something solid and also wanting to provide. Saturn is connected to Aquarius energy and Capricorn energy, of course. So it's a lot about breaking old patterns again, societal patterns, because Aquarius energy, Aquarius was a big thing in the last reading. So I feel like this reading is very much referring to the last reading. Aquarius is the sign of revolution, but you must not forget, Aquarius is Saturn and Uranus, and that it would be more the Uranus side. Capricorn is very much, it's an earth sign, and it's very much the wanting to provide, wanting to commit seriously, having maybe troubles opening up, because Saturn is not a fast planet. Saturn is slow to. It's not the most emotional planet. It's more, I don't want to say rational, but yeah, maybe a bit more rational. But when Saturn opens up, people who have strong Capricorn, especially Capricorn moons, um, they don't open up easily. But when they do, then they do want to commit seriously. But they do have a hard time being vulnerable. Anyway, Saturn is really talking about wanting this commitment, but also about having to overcome something first, being able to open up, and that does not come easy to Saturn energy. But when they do, when they come, they want to stay. That's what Saturn is. And we got Gemini. Gemini literally is the twins, of course, but Gemini is also talking about communication, and it's very rational, of course. It's making plans, but it's also about trying to get into a more light-hearted energy, not being, and there's Uranus, there we go. I'm just talking about you, but Gemini is getting more into this light-hearted energy. And what I'm getting from this, obviously, I mean, it's mirroring, that there's mirroring going on between you and your person. Then we do have Neptune. Neptune is talking about this transcendent emotional connection. Leo is also what I'm getting more about learning to have more fun, also about getting more to this light-hearted energy, purging in order to feel lighter and better. But also, if you're purging, don't neglect to actually also take care of yourself. Let's try the angels and ancestors. All right, I just grabbed this deck intuitively, but it makes sense because my twin's ancestor basically was the inspiration for this reading today. So let's see what we got here. I want to see what cards. No, that's too many. That's like, I don't know, a third of the deck. There's something else. Come on, Spirit. And I'm dizzy again. There's like energy. Autumn. Okay. Oh, this card makes sense. Is there one more? Okay, there it is. Look, animal guardian, trust your instincts. And I just said in another reading, I don't know which one, that some of us are called to connect more to also like earthly spirits, like fairies, gnomes, mermaids, but also, of course, totems. So that might be a thing that we are guided. Or maybe you get signs, me and the hummingbirds. You were talking about signs from spirit. Maybe some of us are getting signs through animals, or finding feathers, or seeing a specific animal that has a meaning for you. I don't know, butterflies, whatever it is. We got autumn. I don't see this so much as a card that is showing any like timing, but release the old and rest. And that is what's happening right now. It's releasing. You're purging. That is just confirmation. And resting, take your time to rest. I mean, I see them myself right now. I can't do much. I usually have like one thing per day I do, and the rest I chill a lot right now. But I mean, we need it. It's always important to listen to our body. But again, we're called to rest. And I kind of mentioned the crow in the last reading as well. So again, there's many significators to the last reading. What did I say about the crow? It's again, my twin's mom, the crow is connected to spirits, but I personally connected to spirits who have passed away, so not to angels, for example. Angels would be more like other birds, like white birds, doves, for example. But eagle would be the higher self. But the crow or the raven, I don't know the difference, I'm sorry, indicates more like somebody who has actually lived on this earth and who has passed on. So for some of you, maybe you feel called to watch one of my picker cards. I think I have 3 or 4 now that are called a message from a deceased loved one. Pick whichever reading you feel called to, and there's always like 3 piles, so you have, I don't know, 9 to 12 piles to choose from. But maybe some of you feel like spirits has a message for you, and by spirit I mean a deceased loved one. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. Again, changing times. That's what's happening right now. Trust your talents. But I'm getting also trust your instincts. And you know, Fox is connected to being smart. But still trust your instinct. Don't be stupid, but still trust your gut more. And I was just talking about feathers as symbols. Maybe you do see some. And I'm seeing the sun here in this heart chakra. There's something about the eyes. You know, with the sun, I had divine masculine popping into my mind as well. Like that there's something going on with them. And then the eyes, maybe, I think they're like watching you in some way, observing you, maybe energetically in their dreams. Social media, if you live close by, maybe in person. But I'm thinking like your person, or if your person is the divine feminine, then vice versa. But I'm feeling like with the sun here, sun is a symbol of masculinity. I'm feeling more like the divine masculine is watching you. Or also, of course, we were talking about ancestors, that you have a male ancestor watching. But again, that doesn't have to be for me. It's not a male ancestor, but it could be. Surround yourself with protective energy. Don't worry about that. I don't get that somebody wants to harm you. It's just when you're going through a purging phase, you're vulnerable, right? And so when you're vulnerable, then you easily pick up on other people's energy, and they can drag you down. Not because they want to hurt you, but just because when your energy is not clear, then you're like a sponge. I always tell my people, especially empath, ground yourself. The better you are grounded, the better you're centered and aligned, the less you pick up stuff from other people. So it's important to actually protect yourself by grounding yourself. The wise one, grow within your current situation. I was actually considering doing a reading for the wise ones. There's so many starseeds readings out there. I don't resonate with starseed. I resonate very strongly with the soul archetype of the wise one. Grow within your current situation. We have the raven again. Look, he's got a pearl. Looks like a pearl, doesn't it? A black pearl. There's black pearls too. Maybe black pearls have a meaning to you. It's funny, the first time I ever saw my twin, I was wearing a necklace and earrings, black pearls. I was wearing black pearls first time I saw my twin. You probably won't remember black pearl. But you know what a pearl is? It's, again, alchemy. It is when there is like a grain of sand getting into the seashell. It wants to protect itself from that dirt, and then it is creating the pearl around the dirt that actually came in there. So it's again alchemizing. And with the owl, again, connect to your higher self and feel like you are being guided. And grow within your current situation. Again, alchemizing. It's a situation that may be painful, but you will grow. It will turn you into somebody better, into a better version of yourself. If you're interested in a reading for the wise ones, I guess there's not too many people. Most people now, they hear starseeds and everybody's like, yeah, I'm a starseed. Nothing wrong with that. If there's a few of you who resonate with being a wise one, let me know. And I may do a reading just for the wise ones. Then the moon. Yeah, take note of intuitive messages. I mean, I don't have to elaborate. It's basically the entire reading. Take note of your intuitive messages. That's a big thing. Okay. Thank you, Spirit, for these nice cards. And especially, yeah, they were basically confirming things from myself as well. So thanks, guys. I love you. These ones already. Okay. What's that on my? Okay. The medicine wheel and hummingbird. Oh my god. You saw that, right? Hey, Mom. I love you. Oh my. Okay. So, oh my god, there's another hummingbird. Okay. Thanks, Mom. Okay, the hummingbird is connected to joyful energy, light energy, bright energy. Don't overthink, don't worry too much. What I'm getting is like a hummingbird. They do move very fast, but at the same time, it looks like there is no motion. And that kind of tells me that you may feel like you are at a standstill, but you're not. There's so much happening within this connection. It's just nothing that is tangible right now. And the medicine wheel, I mean, it's talking about healing. We do have the snake that is talking about healing, the eagle about the higher self, the hummingbird I was talking earlier about joy, and a jaguar. I don't really know what jaguar stands for. Sorry. But again, it's the medicine wheel, and we had the wheel of fortune and destiny earlier. So yeah, there's definitely something. It's breaking cycles. I get that again and again and again with the medicine wheel as well. And also what I'm getting is what I said before. Maybe you want to connect more to your totem, find out what your totem is. You can meditate, or you can ask spirit for a sign for your totem. And you see not all of those have animals on there. There's actually more people there. Okay, there's a bear, but there's a lot of people on here. We have a jaguar. Luminous Warrior. Look, the moon here reminds me again of the solar plexus chakra, self-love, third eye or crown chakra opening. But it's the Luminous Warrior. Again, it's about awakening. It's about purging, being strong, and it will turn, it will illuminate you. You will go through the dark night of the soul, but you will get out a healed person, basically. That's what I'm getting from that. Let's go to the Rumors Angels. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. It's what I said earlier. Don't give up on your manifestation. It may take months for some of us. It just, the persistence is key. It's vital. And again, we do have stay optimistic. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. What is positive thinking? It is also manifestation. You deserve love, so there may be self-love an issue. Make the effort. I feel like making effort more like doing your work on yourself. The religious factors. I read this card more like your love life is influenced by your spiritual path. That indicates to me that there is a soul connection, and that there is a path, there is a journey, it is connected to some kind of awakening, but also spirit has your back on this. And wedding. I mean, this involves Saturn again. Saturn can talk about marriage, right? This tells me that your other person, they do want to commit. They're serious about this. It's just important to actually do the purging work, and that is so important. Do your work. I can not stress it enough. There's two more decks. The Power Animal Oracle cards. And look, trust in your higher self. We just had similar messages. Trust in your intuition. And this one just wanted to show itself. Honor your soul's purpose. For me, one of my favorite cards. Also, when I do a love reading, it is telling me about a soul connection, because a soul purpose tells me that there has been something planned by spirits. Retreat, stop trying to make something happen. Okay, not fighting it. I was talking about not fighting stuff earlier. Yes, the same one again. Raccoon, you have all the resources you need. Be bold and take a charge, and the situation calls for adaptability and innovation. So again, there is something new coming up in our life. And then pay attention to dreams and visions. I was talking about it earlier. I feel like spirit wants, and there it is. I was just about to put the stack away, but it wanted to show itself, lighten up. Wow. Wow. I was just about to put it away. Saying, yeah, we had the message earlier. I was mentioning your spirit guides want to talk to you, and they may do that through dreams and visions or signs, symbols, your intuition, this, you gut feeling, whatever it is. And then this is the 5th hummingbird I'm seeing today. So Mom is with me. Do not give up on your twin flame journey. Last deck, Flower of Life. Merge. I actually didn't want to read this, but I just felt like I had to. I wanted to draw one. Allow your head and heart to melt together as you embrace all parts of you. A marriage of ego and soul creates an expansion and awakening where your resistance to new ways of being and thinking dissolves, unveiling the love and truth of you. I think that is what's happening right now in the collective, basically. It feels like what's happening to me, kind of like. Just for today, start from where you are and choose to feel the best you can in every moment. Love yourself by caring about what you say to yourself. You can choose to love your mind and all its thoughts, ideas, beliefs, and characters. Today you can choose to say to your mind, I hear what you say. However, today I exercise my free choice not to listen. Today I choose a new story for myself. Whatever you say to me doesn't matter, for you are a part of me, and today I choose to embrace and love every part of me with a big cuddle. You are stronger than you think. You are not who you think you are. You are much, much more. Exactly. Beautiful. I think this message fits very, very well. So, okay, as usually I'm looking at my ceiling. I don't want to be influenced. This one. Okay. Perfect. We are perfect. Nature. Yeah, I mean, we do have like take a rest, rejuvenate, right? So that would be, yeah, obvious. Take a moment today to stand outside and quieten your thoughts and breathing. Know the sun and your soul are always shining, the birds and your heart are always singing, and the flowers in your path are always opening up. You don't have to action these things into being, you just have to turn up. Look around and feel into life. Notice how your dreams and desires surround you in many ways. It may not be the precise thing you desire, though it will give you the same feeling. Look for where your dreams and desires are instead of where they're not. Shift your perception and you will change your life. Again, it is about manifestation. Try to persist, try to be on a mental diet, purge, alchemize, and show the universe by what you want by focusing on what you want and not on what you don't want. So yeah, we still are in an interesting time right now. Spirit wants to talk to you. They want to reach out, so listen to your intuition and don't try to fight this connection. if you're on the energy, you just make it hard on yourself. Anyway, I wish you all the best. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can reach out, of course. And yeah, please check out my other content. I would appreciate if you help my channel by liking, subscribing, hitting the bell icon, thumbs up, and I hopefully see you in another reading. Bye bye.